And welcome everybody to the Swiss Sports Show here on StreamYard. Now, if you will, we have moved away from Zoom. We are now on StreamYard. Thank you to JB Ellis, who was on our last episode, by the way. And I'm here with a major guest. He's He's the Adrian Wojnarowski to the Swiss Sports Show for wrestling.
Ooh.
As what Woj is to the NBA.
I'll take that. That's a nice.
Sam Smith, how we doing? I know things have been a little slow lately because of the Bruins, unfortunately, but now we have another team in the finals. We have the Celtics.
Yeah,
we have the Celtics. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm doing good. I'm, they've been out for a couple weeks now, and I've been just getting excited and more excited for the off season and everything, and it should be good. But we're not here to talk about the hockey world and the basketball world. Although, if you want to ask me anything about hockey, I'm here. I'm an open book. I'm going to be joining a hockey podcast as one of their top hosts pretty soon. Stay on the lookout for that. But
nice.
Now let's talk some wrestling.
Yeah, that's what we got. So here's what is coming up. Yeah, we got banners now, by the way, on StreamYard. That's the advantage of it.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what's coming up. Next. Here's what's coming up on here. We have Liv called her shots. Stay tuned for that. Will Damian Priest be holding the World Heavyweight Championship past SummerSlam?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about many, many more. But let's get into the first segment on this show. The Kiss heard around the world.
Yeah.
So this past Monday, I know I'm a little bit jealous of Santi, if you will, because he got to see the full thing.
Oh yeah. So USA Network, y'all suck. All right. That sucks. USA Network. Yeah, USA Network cut it off right at 11 o'clock, and the Kiss happened 30 seconds into the minute.
Yeah, well, it looks like what Liv is doing, because I don't know if you remember, but when Liv first returned, when she confronted Rhea Ripley before the botched chair shot, by the way, she said to Rhea, "I'm not coming for your championship. I'm coming for everything." We've seen her meet with JD backstage in like little Easter egg things. We just saw her on this past Raw. She met with Finn. And now she took and made out with Dom. By the way, I just want to say this. Dom, teach us your ways, man. You got a wife. You pulled the Rhea Ripley, and now you got Liv Morgan. Teach us your ways, man.
I gotta say this, Liv Morgan is a devious individual. She has come back with a vengeance, and I'm not really sure what her agenda is, besides maybe trying to take over the Judgment Day and make it her own. I will say when Rhea gets back, she's going to be pissed. She's going to be really upset when Rhea comes back. I mean, I saw it. I was like, okay, what now? It happened. She's the champ. She's got everything that Rhea had. Where do you go from here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's one of the things, right, that we've talked about here, where, it's you can't blame Rhea for taking out Liv because you can't blame Liv for taking out Rhea because Rhea took out Liv.
Yeah.
However, when Rhea took out Liv, she didn't do none of this to what Liv is doing.
It's called revenge, and I think she's on her revenge tour, as she's calling it. She's got revenge on her mind. She's trying to take away everything that she's got,
So here's what I want to lead to, right? And we kind of mentioned this briefly a little bit when we were talking about it yesterday. I think, right, Finn and JD are going to be the ones to take the tag titles. I think Liv is going to form her own Judgment Day, and Rhea and Damian are going to do a different thing. Like, I think Rhea and Damian, right, they're going to go off in a way, and they're going to recruit 2 other people. And I don't know who those 2 other people are going to be.
I was going to say that you were leading into who they could possibly be.
I have an idea, but it's too early to tell.
Mm.
Because Rhea's husband is coming back to WWE. It's confirmed.
Well, it's not confirmed, but
we know it's going to happen.
Well, yeah, he's still under contract with AEW, but I think he's going to come over when his contract's up.
I think we get House of Black with Damian and Rhea.
Here's the thing. As much as I would want that, I think Damian and Rhea are going on their own. I think Damian is ready to be on his own. I think Rhea is definitely she has proven she can be on her own. She doesn't need
absolutely.
That's what I think they should do. If they were smart, what I would do is, have Rhea come back.
Now, I think Rhea comes back tonight because Liv is kicking off Raw.
Yeah, I have USA on. I'll let you know what's going on with Raw. I have it on so I'll let you know what happens during the first little bit of the podcast because Raw, we're recording it. It's currently 10 of 8 right now, so we'll be watching Raw during the podcast. At least I will. I'll let you know what's going on. But I think I don't know if Rhea's going to come back tonight, but I think it's going to happen soon.
Oh, most definitely.
Because I think if Rhea is going to be ready for SummerSlam, they got to start building this probably after Clash of the Castle at the earliest. Let Clash of the Castle play out. And then you build it up. You have Money in the Bank to work through as well in Toronto in July. And then you have SummerSlam in August in Cleveland. You have a couple months here, and they have if they want to make this one of their marquee matches of SummerSlam, you got to build this the right way. Give it the proper time it deserves.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And, I don't think Liv's going to be defending the title at Clash because it seems like, and Santi actually pointed this out, it seems like what they're doing is every other pay-per-view, they're defending the other women's championship.
Yeah.
Like the last one, at King and Queen of the Ring, it was Becky versus Liv. At Clash, it's going to be Bayley versus Piper.
Interesting.
Right.
I don't mind them doing that. It's kind of like it's kind of like what they used to do, the brand exclusive shows where not to the same regard, but SmackDown would have a show, and then 2 weeks later Raw would have a show, and then only Raw titles will be on the line one night, and then SmackDown will be on the next. That's kind of what they're doing here, and I don't mind that because you're giving proper time for matches to build. Although Bayley and Piper, as much as that match is going to be cool, I don't care about it because I haven't been given a reason to care about it.
Exactly.
The only reason that this match is relevant to the show is because Piper Niven is from Scotland, where this show is going to be. Yeah. Now, there's another match that involves a Scottish wrestler that does matter and that I do care about. I think
we're going to get into that in a little bit.
We'll talk about that in a little bit, but that's going to be a massive match.
I do want to talk about, because we're talking about matches and stuff that aren't caring about. What's going on with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair? Yeah, they're the tag team champions, but this is the woman that you just brought over from probably your biggest rival company since WCW, dare I say it?
I mean,
right? And now you're not having her on actual pay-per-views, you're having her on kickoffs?
Yeah. Was giving the women's tag team titles to Jade and Bianca a mistake?
I think it was, and I'm going to tell you why. It makes Jade Cargill feel like a B-tier player to Bianca Belair. It feels like a consolation prize to her, which is why I think Jade is going to be the one to turn at SummerSlam.
That's funny because the women's tag team titles have more meaning than her TBS title reign. Yeah, I said it.
Wow.
I said it. But the thing is about Jade and Bianca, right? The problem is with them is, they're the champs. That's great. Again, what now? You have to you have to build it properly. Who are they possibly going to beat? Who is possibly going to beat them? You have two of the strongest women in the company. You have no idea what you're doing with them. They're destined to have a great feud. Oh yeah, let's put the tag titles on them. Oh yeah, that's real smart. And then we're gonna put them on a kickoff show. Yep.
So that actually transitions into my next topic that I forgot to tell you about.
You're doing the Raw preview right now. Ooh. Priest and Rey Mysterio tonight.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be a banger. But let's transition.
Dragon Lee tonight. Holy moly, that's gonna be entertaining. Raw is Hirsch Yeet. That's a sign I just read in the crowd. Anyways, because they're in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
So I actually saw something really funny that I wanted to bring up, and I'm piggybacking off of Santi on this before we get into our next topic.
Yeah.
You know how Jey Uso was 4 years late to the Yeet?
I dare say longer. He's
What
probably
if his gimmick is just like he's 4 years or more late to everything? So like, what if the next thing he does is the Gritty? Like 2 years from now.
Or like the dab, or like
exactly like main event Jey Uso late to everything.
Yeah, well, no, there's not main event. He's late to event Jey Uso.
Yes, but let's get into our next topic here, Sam. And I think you're gonna like this one a little bit.
Ooh,
Triple H problems, and I bring this one up because it's very interesting. Okay. Yes, I love Triple H in charge of WWE because storylines are better than they ever were with Vince McMahon. 100%.
Since the Attitude Era, that's for sure.
Since the Attitude Era, right?
Sure.
We're not questioning his ability to land the plane. But sometimes once it takes off, it just sits in air.
That's fair.
But perfect example, why haven't you had Otis turn you on Gable?
Yeah, this doesn't need to take this long. It doesn't need to be a slow burn. Gable's been bitching him out for weeks. There's no need to have this be prolonged, this 2-month-long journey of Otis's research. Like there's no need for that. Like literally,
exactly.
Gable is being an ass to Otis. Otis like, all right, screw you. Clothesline, down he goes. End of the storyline. Otis moves on. And then you have a blow off of the next show. Otis and Gable have a match, and then you move on. It's not. You don't need to always have a slow burn for every storyline. Now, some storylines deserve a slow burn.
Right, and I want to add to that, like what you
the
just
Bloodline. Said. I dare say the Wyatt Six. This is a mid-card feud. We don't need this to be this doesn't need to be a 6-month-long prolonged thing of the resurgence of Otis, Akira Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree turning against Master Gable. We don't need that. That'd be great. Don't get me wrong. Chad Gable's entire thing's entertaining. It just doesn't need to take this long.
Right. And I want to add to that, right? What you just said about like certain feuds building themselves up and certain storylines. The Bloodline built itself to be that good. That wasn't just Triple H. He had a major part to play in it, but that was also Paul Heyman that had a lot to do with that. And Roman.
Vince.
And Vince in the beginning.
Yeah.
And Roman.
Right.
So that storyline, good. You let it cook. You let it do what it had to do. I still think the heel turn with Jimmy was a bit rushed. A little bit. It still felt like a little bit like,
But if you think about it, it made sense at the time since Jimmy was taking out and then Jay took his spot. But at the same time, it's like, well, what is Jimmy doing now? You know, Jimmy's heel turn was kind of like, all right, he got new music. He's a heel again. Wait, he's back in the Bloodline? What do you mean he's back in the Bloodline?
Exactly. And we're going to talk about more about this later.
And then Roman loses, and then Solo takes over, and then they turn on him? And then he's going to go back to Rome? That's kind of like,
Yeah, and we're going to get more into that in our final segment of the show. But stay tuned for that, folks.
Oh.
Now, other problems I have with Triple H's booking decisions is, yes, we love how good the matches are and how short the cards are because he lets them cook. But, and I want to point this out because it reminded me of what happened at King and Queen of the Ring. Why did you need that Saudi comedian to do that? Because that just made like Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul feel like an exhibition match. Like none of that matters anymore. Like none of that that match didn't matter or anything because of that finish. Before that finish happened, great match.
Mhm.
Great match. Those guys cooked together, And one of the things, and I'm going to talk about it more in one of our other segments after our next segment, which is focused mainly on Damian Priest, by the way. Stay tuned for that, right? But again, Triple H is making every match at King of Queen of the Ring had a shitty finish. Gunther versus Randy.
Okay.
You were right there. What do you even? Randy didn't lose.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird ending. It was kind of weird. I will say, not every match had a shitty finish. Nia and Lyra,
Oh my God. Dude,
I loved that finish. That was
Lyra
great.
died.
That was a great finish. I
think that was the only match that actually had a good finish.
That Annihilator thing that she does, that's Banzai drop on the middle rope, but then Lyra was going for a power bomb and Nia's too big, and then Nia plants, like, that was great. I'll admit I did not watch the show live because I was at a family function, but I saw the clip on Twitter and went, like, my jaw dropped. I was like, what? And by the way, can we talk later on about actually Triple H problems? Let's talk about Nia Jax real quick and how well she's been booked under Triple H.
I'll give a round of applause for that.
Nia Jax is doing some of the best work of her entire career in this.
She feels important.
She is important. She is important. I mean, she was before, but she hasn't felt as important as she does now.
Absolutely.
I feel Nia is having the best run of her career right now. Number one, she's better in the ring. Number two, she's better on the mic. And number three, she's presented as a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
She just won the Queen of the Ring.
I mean, she got Jade Cargill disqualified from the tournament.
Right. I mean, she's going to probably win the title from Bayley at SummerSlam, which would be the right move. No offense to Bayley, but Nia has been busting her ass the past 9 months,
right.
Almost a year to come back, and she has been awesome since she came back. And that has been, you could go through Twitter, and most of the takes are, Nia's been really good since she came back. And I think the work shows it's paid off in the ring. Obviously, there was her issues before. Now, I'm not seeing any of those issues. I think I genuinely like watching her matches now. I didn't get to do that the first time. Now she looks great.
I'm going to say this, and then we're going to move on to our two last things before I get into the Nia Jax joke I was just about to make.
Okay.
The other problem I have with Triple H, though, is just, like, he takes forever to pull that trigger. Like, everybody knows it's going to be Randy versus Cody at SummerSlam.
Okay.
I'm going to get into more of it later of how I want the Randy trigger to get pulled, because Randy's going to be the heel. We know this.
Well, yeah, no.
Randy's one of the greatest heels of all time.
That's how that's gonna go. Yeah.
Okay. But he just takes forever. And sometimes, like, you get to the good finish when the plane is landed, like with the Bloodline storyline with Cody winning and everything like that. You're like, okay, it's like eating a good steak versus having a bad steak. Like, for example, I'll give you my take.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Jimmy versus Jay, the storyline, right, leading up to Mania, was a great steak. You went to the steakhouse, you had good appetizers, all of that. Then you get to the match at Mania, and it's just like basically raw. It's a letdown for the entree. Right? But with the Bloodline storyline, you keep going back to that steakhouse, and then you get to Cody winning the title, and it's like, this is the best steak you ever had.
Right.
But then you want to know, okay, how can you improve that steak? How can you get better than that? How can you level it up? And that's what I think Triple H struggles with, is leveling up. Because you look at what Shawn's doing in NXT right now, with basically all the divisions gone. I'm going to say, and I don't care if YouTube copyrights me, YouTube demonetizes me or anything. My videos aren't made for kids sometimes. Shawn Michaels is making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. Oh, Raw begins.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to, like, Triple H needs to find out. He needs to manage to land plane. Like, Raw has too many storylines right now to land the plane on.
Wait. Aren't they on SmackDown? Bianca and Jade are backstage. Anyway.
Well, they're the women's tag team champions.
So, Ricochet and Braun Breaker. Shit.
Yes, that's going to be a banger match.
Sorry, Raw just started for those who are just tuning in. Raw just started. There they are. There's the Judgment Day. Dom still got his sling on. That's sad. Poor Dom.
So, here's my thing, right? Like I said, we just talked about Triple H and stuff and all of that. But here's my joke about Nia Jax. Nia Jax in the last 9 months has been better than AEW's entirety women's division in the last 9 months. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because the way they've presented Mercedes is kind of like, eh. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Mercedes, Sasha, whatever. But the way they presented her is kind of weird. It's kind of like,
right.
Like, she didn't just like. Can we talk about AEW for a second? Double or Nothing. I know we're not really an AEW podcast, but like, I just want.
Yeah, sure. You can go.
Anarchy in the Arena. Why am I seeing Darby Allin hung in the middle of the ring? Why am I seeing Darby Allin lighting Jack Perry on fire? AEW, have you lost the plot? I know you're desperate for viewership because it's a sinking ship at this point. But geez, man, this is WCW 2000-esque, bro. There is so much stuff going on, and it makes no sense. We got Willow Nightingale losing for no reason because it's Mercedes Moné. We see people getting lit on fire. We see Kenny Omega is kind of there, but he's kind of not. It's kind of like Goldberg back in 2000, if you know, you know. And then the Young Bucks are running the show. It's kind of like the NWO. It's really dumb. And then Tony Khan's kind of like Eric Bischoff. He has no idea what he's doing, how to book a wrestling show, and AEW is probably going to get bought out in the next year, and it's going to be really sad because AEW should have been like really good, and it was up until probably Brawl Out when Punk and the Young Bucks and everybody fought.
Yeah.
That was when AEW kind of went down from there. Before that, AEW was enjoyable. I thought there was a stretch of time where I thought that I was watching AEW more than Raw or SmackDown.
I agree.
And that's just the way of the world. And then they really went down. It literally had the exact same arc of the Monday Night War. Hold on. Please, give me a moment. AEW starts up, it's kind of like, oh, okay, a new company. They got a TV deal with TBS and TNT. They aired right against the WWE show. They're winning, kind of like Nitro versus Raw. Oh, okay. Oh, now we're gonna. Oh, there's Liv. We're gonna get the Young Bucks in charge. Oh, yep, that's really smart. It's kind of like Nash, Hall, and Hogan when they got the book for WCW. Oh, now we're gonna bring in CM Punk. Oh, that's kind of like Bret Hart when he came to WCW. Didn't really fit in. CM Punk and AEW never really fit in. And now look at where AEW is.
Yep.
They literally went down. It's like AEW was here and WWE was here, and then Triple H got the book. He got what I mean by the book is he got the chance to book the shows. They completely swapped. WWE's done this twice. How is that possible? They're killing a wrestling show broadcasted on Turner twice. It's crazy.
Yep.
Like,
now let's get into our next.
It's better than AEW.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it. Can we talk about that in a minute too?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that once we get to one of our other segments.
Perfect. I want to talk about
I'm going to tie it in with the AJ Styles segment of the show.
Yeah, I want to talk about the TNA crossover. I think it's really cool.
But let's talk about this now. How long will Damian Priest hold the championship? Because at first we always like, oh, he's going to lose it at Clash and everything like that. But I have to say, I like Priest with that championship right now, man. The promo he cut against Gunther and Drew.
The one he had with just Drew was pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this. Damian Priest is the best he's ever been in his career right now.
Oh, no, 100%. I will stand by that. I completely agree.
And I think, because it's obvious the route they're going is Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's not a shocker. But the
Right?
problem
But
is,
again, the problem is with Triple H, how are we going to get there? Because I don't want to hear every single week Drew McIntyre talk about CM Punk and CM Punk not show up. Right?
yeah, like I want there to be side quests getting to that.
Exactly.
So, like, okay, if
like perfect example. You ready?
Yeah.
We're at Clash at the Castle. You have Priest versus Drew, Drew's hometown. The last time Drew was in the UK for a Clash at the Castle, he got screwed. Have Punk screw him again.
Oh, Dom's coming out. Uh-oh. Anyway.
Have Punk screw Drew again in his hometown.
Oh,
in
Punk
his home
massive
country.
Heat. Oh, Punk would get booed out of the building.
But am I right or wrong? That's how we get there. That's how you advance the storyline.
Okay, so... Ooh, I like the way you're thinking, because I can kind of picture it in my head. Punk and Drew doesn't get the world title match.
It doesn't need to because it's already a blood feud.
Okay, Gunther is the heel against the babyface Damian Priest. Because Priest is eventually going to say, screw you guys, I'm leaving the Judgment Day.
He won't be able to put up with the bullshit anymore.
Which I think he's already starting to show cracks here. Dom's getting booted out of the building again. Which is not a surprise. He's trying to talk in the microphone and the crowd isn't having it. Hershey, you've done well. Shout out to the Hershey. The Hershey Bears are doing well in the AHL right now in the playoffs, Calder Cup playoffs. But I think Priest is going to fight Gunther at SummerSlam because Gunther won King of the Ring and that gives him a world title shot. So it'll be Gunther versus Priest, which is going to be a great match. I think they'll cook together. And Punk and Drew will probably get like a semi-main event. They'll probably be in a featured role at SummerSlam. Like one of the top matches of the show will be Punk and Drew. And I think it's going to be a great match there. And then Punk will probably work his way towards the world title. I would say probably maybe he wins the Rumble and then gets a title shot at Mania against whoever the champ is then.
Well, see, I think...
Or maybe Punk wins the belt soon and then Seth returns in the Rumble, wins the Rumble, and then he gets Punk at WrestleMania.
Have Punk win Money in the Bank.
Okay, so Punk wins Money in the Bank.
And then he cashes in, and then it's Seth reclaiming the prize from his most hated enemy.
Okay, so what you're saying is...
Because remember, Punk was chasing Seth, kind of? Have Seth chase Punk.
Okay, so Punk wins Money in the Bank. He cashes in, becomes the champ, and then have Seth win?
Have Seth win the Rumble.
And then have Seth win the belt at Mania.
And there's your night one main event.
Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, Liv's backing Dom into a corner. This is really interesting. Uh-oh. She's caressing his face. Liv, you're so... Oh, there's Finn. Okay. This is weird. I'm sorry. This is a weird opening segment. So what's happening, for those who are live reacting to Raw, Liv is in the ring. She went like this to Dom's face, trying to get them all riled up, and Finn came in, and now Finn and Liv are screaming at each other, but I can't hear what they're saying because we're recording this podcast, but that's okay. I'll figure it out later. Liv's being kind of a smart ass, and Finn's like, what the hell's going on? Sorry.
You're good.
Sorry, it's really weird.
See, that's just one of the ways, because how does Seth even get his world title? Like, does Punk versus Seth even need to be for a World Heavyweight Championship? Like, who does Punk face to get a World Heavyweight Championship?
Well, the way you put it out made sense. It made sense to me.
Right? Because we all know if Punk versus Gunther...
I don't think Seth's going to be out that long.
If Punk has to face Gunther, here's the thing. Punk's going to be injured again.
Yeah, I don't like Punk against chances against Gunther. That wouldn't make sense for Punk to win. If they're trying to book Gunther to be kind of like the
Gunther is being booked at like 2002, 2003, and 2004 Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Well, kinda. Same idea, sure. An immediate threat to the main roster when he showed up, won the title right away, pretty quickly. I mean, Brock didn't have a 670-day title reign or whatever it was. but Brock was a dominant force in that back in that time.
Exactly.
So I guess that makes sense.
So I posed the question again to wrap up this segment. How long will Priest hold the title? Does he make it past Clash?
Yes. I think Priest is going to win in Scotland. I think if they were smart, I did not see that. If they were smart, I would have Gunther win the belt at SummerSlam. Have him hang on to it for a little bit. It doesn't need to be as long as the Intercontinental title reign. I don't think so. It could be a few months, and then I think if Punk is going to be the champ going into Mania, I would have Punk beat Gunther at the Royal Rumble to win the belt.
Okay, I like that.
Or what you can do, Seth wins the Rumble. Great. Who does he face? I'm not sure. Punk wins the Chamber. The Chamber is for the World Heavyweight Championship. You have Punk and Seth. Right there. Because you know if Punk wins the title and Seth wins the Rumble, you know who Seth's going for. He's not going for Cody. He's going for
100%. 100%.
Because if you want Seth,
and that's when we tap back into heel Seth.
Yeah, but do they really need to be heel and face? How about just two anti-heroes go at it? Because Punk's not a face.
Perfect.
And Seth doesn't have to be a face. They can just be. Can I swear? They can be assholes to each other. They can just be like, screw you, screw you, screw you. It could be like,
this is my home, not your home. You don't belong here. For those who don't know what we're talking about, Google it.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Sheamus. You cut a promo or you're making your entrance? Cool. Hi, Sheamus.
All right, now let's get into our next topic here, though.
Yeah, but I like the idea of Punk and Seth at WrestleMania in that aspect. That's a good idea.
Here's our next topic, Sam.
Ooh.
What in the God's green hell is going on with LA Knight? Yeah.
Well, I think I know what they're doing.
Right, but here's the thing. LA Knight has not been on 2 straight PLEs. He's arguably still your hottest star in the company besides Cody and Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you don't have him on 2 straight premium live events? The last time LA Knight was in a match on SmackDown was 3 weeks ago for the Saudi show.
Okay. I'm not seeing the problem. You're presenting him as a star. I don't see the problem with that.
Right, but here's my problem. Why hasn't he been given a title opportunity yet?
They're saving it for SummerSlam? That's why. I like this Twitter feud that Logan Paul and LA Knight are on right now. Have you seen that? Here, hold on. Here, I'll pull it up for you. They're kind of going at it on Twitter. Here, I'll read it out loud for you. Here we go. So, Logan Paul cut a promo on LA Knight, but then he didn't know how to tag LA Knight. This is what it looks like, Tyler. Look, let me talk to you, LA Knight WWE. They didn't tag him properly. And then LA Knight clapped back. Social media influencer can't even figure out how to tag people. That's what LA Knight said. And then Logan Paul said, WWE megastar. Can't even win a title. This is good. This is good stuff right here.
This is going to be the SummerSlam build.
This is how you start building towards...
Exactly. When I got hyped...
On SmackDown, LA Knight's talking to Logan Paul. LA Knight's talking to Carmelo Hayes. He's looking for Logan Paul. Melo screws up. That's pretty funny. Calls Logan Paul LA Knight when LA Knight's standing there. LA Knight called him out on it. That was pretty funny. LA Knight looking for Logan Paul all night. Apparently, they're both going to be there on Friday. That's going to be very interesting.
Dude, is that the Clash match?
No, that's too early. That's a match that I would want to see at SummerSlam.
That's when LA Knight's going to get his title.
You got an actual megastar in Logan Paul, and you got WWE's megastar in LA Knight at the Brown Stadium in Cleveland. You got so much opportunity to have a big match here. Logan Paul is going to do what the hometown people usually do, lose. Unfortunately, sorry, Logan. You make a decent product at Prime. That's sorry. Your strawberry banana primes are actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I recommend them. But LA Knight,
Not sponsored, by the way.
no, not sponsored. Although if you wanna, you can sponsor us. But LA Knight, if he wins the belt, it's got to be at a big show. I don't want to see him winning the belt at like a B-level pay-per-view, like Clash of the Castle.
But here's the thing, right?
Money in the
And
Bank.
going back to Triple H again, can he keep the storyline good?
I believe so.
Right, but will he land the plane?
Even if it cools off, as long as after Money in the Bank, they get right back on, I'm fine with that. Plant the seeds now and then have a couple weeks where they focus on the shows and then focus on Clash of the Castle and then Money in the Bank. And then right after Money in the Bank, keep that storyline up. Get me going for SummerSlam. Plant the seeds and make me go, oh, wait, that's right. They already don't like each other. Now they're going to fight for the championship. That's going to be fun.
Yep.
Oh, great. I want to cheer for LA Knight here. Make me believe LA Knight can actually beat this guy.
And this is a must-win for LA Knight.
Absolutely. It makes
and
her
if Triple H
career, right? It has to be.
Yep. 110%, my friend. But let's get into round 2.
Round 2.
Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles.
You get a slow clap from me, Triple H. You get a slow clap. You want to know why?
You did not fool me one bit, Triple H. As soon as I saw the suit, I went, oh, 2012 Mark Henry.
No, here's the problem. You get a slow clap because you actually did a good job with this one. You get some applause for that. The AJ Styles Mark Henry style promo was pure genius. Because AJ and Nick Aldis had this backstage segment like he doesn't know how much longer he has. And then, AJ Styles is now coming out in a suit, and then he tricks Cody, and then he attacks him, just like Mark Henry did, just a little bit worse. AJ Styles clash off the steps that made me think he was going to decapitate Cody's head, but that's besides the point. That was insane. It's good stuff, man. That was, as Vince would say, it's such good shit. It's so good, man. Like, that makes me think that I want to see AJ as champion. Oh, I know it's not going to happen, but make me think maybe, hey, I wouldn't be so mad if AJ won. That was pretty cool.
Well, I think you're going to see AJ as champion again.
Just not with against Cody.
I think you're going to see AJ go to TNA and win the world title.
We'll talk about the TNA crossovers in a bit.
But so I think already this match it's going to happen at Clash.
Either Clash or Money in the Bank. One of the two.
It's got to be Clash.
Not necessarily, but if he's got to be advertised for Clash. He's their top guy. He's gonna be there. But I would suspect that Damian and Drew would main event. So I'm wondering where Cody and AJ would be on the card. Ooh,
opener.
Yeah, you have a title that main events WrestleMania. I wouldn't want that opening the show. Let me
have the world title open.
No, Damian and Drew deserve a main event. That's Drew's show. No.
Okay, so yeah, have it build up.
Put it as the main event of Money in the Bank. You know how Roman and Edge was Money in the Bank, and yet they had the Money in the Bank matches? There you go.
Have AJ just keep beating up Cody. Make AJ feel important again.
Right? I think he's important, but I don't.
Well, there was that one time, like a couple of times, like it was my sophomore year, your freshman year, right?
Oh, when he was,
and we just felt like, bro, AJ Styles does not feel important.
Remember when he was with Omos in that dumbass tag team?
Yep.
That was really stupid. From like 2021 until like the middle of last year, I did not give two shits, let alone one, about AJ Styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Now I think he's one of the best top heels on SmackDown. Because
I think he is the top heel on SmackDown.
Well, yeah, Solo. Yeah, the Bloodline. Top singles heel on SmackDown, I'll give you that.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, sure.
Right, so that... But let's transition in a little bit because I know you wanted to talk about it, so I'll go ahead and put the banner up. for us, but go ahead and lead into it here.
Well, I think next, are we talking about TNA? Is that what we're talking about? Ah, yes. Ah, good. This is the good stuff right here. So if you guys
let me get rid of that banner real quick and put on a better banner. Just because I should have put it like that.
What'd you do?
Go ahead. Continue talking, though.
Oh,
this is my just for and Sam can back me up on this. This is my first time ever using StreamYard.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a little
There we go.
There we go, much better. Yeah, but this is man. The Forbidden Door has been opened, man. If you guys didn't see NXT on Tuesday last week, I'm not sure what you were doing.
I'm gonna pull up a reaction real quick just to see how Jordynne Grace's thing, just so you can see exactly what myself and Sam's reaction was to when we found out that Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, so I didn't watch the show, but I was following along on Twitter, and all of a sudden I see, okay, Roxanne's in the ring. There's Ava, NXT GM.
Okay, you ready?
Rock's daughter, and then
this is exactly how we reacted.
Oh, there's Santi.
I don't know how to do the lighting.
Okay, so there's the clip from NXT. So
Can you hear it?
Not really. Pretty much what is happening.
Champ, it's a matter of if you're still gonna be champ after your next title defense at Battleground. Roxanne, you will be defending that women's
There's no way Julia. Not yet, right?
It was not Julia from Stardom. It was not.
Just let's listen to Shotzi's reaction here.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That was our exact reaction. I remember seeing on Twitter, Jordynne Grace.
And she's getting, hey, tomorrow night, I'm watching NXT because she's having a match.
She's having a match? Oh, I guess I got to watch that.
You know what we could actually do now with these when we're free is
we can live react to shows.
Yeah, we can live react to shows on StreamYard. So I can't do Clash because it's my brother's graduation party, unless what we could do is we could record that night and react to Clash.
Well, I'm gonna watch it live, so probably not.
Okay, so since we could do Money in the Bank.
Yeah, we can do a Money in the Bank live reaction. Unless I'm working, I can't see why I couldn't watch Money in the Bank live.
Yeah. Exactly. So folks, that's actually going to mark it. We're going to have breaking news as I'm going to turn this.
Breaking news with an asterisk because we're not 100% confirmed, but we can probably live react to Money in the Bank. That should be a good show.
Money in the Bank live
reactions.
Now, just so people know, we cannot show the picture on here.
We can't show the game. We can't show the show. That's copyright.
Can we even play the audio?
Santi can. So
yeah, but if we're live reacting to it, we might as well just watch it on the side. You know what I mean? So here you go.
Yeah, we might do a live reaction to Money in the Bank, depending on what day that is. Let me see what actual
it's
date.
On a Saturday.
Well, I know that, but like what date? Let me see what the date is of Money in the Bank. Because if it's July 1, I can't do it because
no, July 1, I'm going to be at Monday Night Raw.
Then it's not July 1. July 6th. Okay.
I'll be able to do that probably.
Hopefully. But anyway.
Anyway.
TNA. Here. Jordynne fucking Grace is here. And I have been waiting for this for so long. If you guys don't know, I love TNA. I think TNA is great. I think they're awesome. They have produced some absolute great stuff going on over in TNA. Jordynne Grace is probably the best thing they got going on in TNA right now. The fact that she's now going to be a big part of WWE's programming the next couple of weeks, freaking awesome. I'm so glad that she's here. And she's representing the TNA brand pretty well with the TNA, the Knockouts title. It's going to be hopefully title for title, maybe at Battleground. And then it was announced.
As far from what I'm seeing, it's just for. And I think Jordynne Grace wins.
She might. Did you see this? So the week after Battleground, I guess there's going to be a TNA show against all odds, and Jordan Grace holding an open challenge for the title. This could mean so many things. Is there going to be an NXT person coming?
Roxanne's going to show up in TNA.
She's already been in TNA. Remember, she was doing some stuff with God, what's her name? Not Kiera Hogan.
Was this before WWE?
Yeah, this was before WWE. This was when she was on the rise. She was working some television tapings down in Atlanta with another.
Oh, then it's not important.
No, but still, like she's already been there.
Yeah,
she worked in TNA, so she might have worked Jordan Grace. I don't know. But anyway, I'll have to probably look that up. Roxanne Perez or Roxy TNA, and hopefully I'll find something. Maybe I'll find it. I don't know, but I know she has been in TNA before, and I know she did pretty good there. So she has a history there. So it makes sense that she showed up and fought Jordan for the TNA belt. But
Trick Williams versus Moose.
You and Moose, I don't see it with.
Do you
Moose.
remember his OG entrance, Moose?
And the crowd would say it. Yeah,
Moose.
I don't see the problem.
I loved that as a kid, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure, but yeah. How couldn't you when you were a kid? But I don't see the big deal in Moose. He kind of looks like a Bobby Lashley light. I'm not saying that because the
Bobby
obvious.
Lashley and TNA was a different breed, by the way.
I'm not saying that because of the obvious either. I'm saying that because I'm just comparing the two based off of in-ring stuff, and I think Bobby Lashley's a little bit better than Moose.
No, I'm not disagreeing, but like
they're very similar.
That's who I think AJ takes the title off of. Because think about it, it's the 20th anniversary.
Right.
Who built TNA to what it is?
Ooh, Sheamus is hurt here.
Who built TNA? AJ Styles.
A lot of people, but AJ Styles really was the first pillar of AEW. Sheamus is hurt here.
Seriously hurt?
I'm not sure. He's holding his right knee. It's a work. No, it's 100% a work. As Ludwig is motioning towards like the crowd and everything. It's a work. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, okay, yeah, it's completely a work. The referee's gonna ring the bell and Sheamus stopped him. Okay, anyway, sorry, but I got distracted.
You're good. You're good.
Let's talk about some possible dream matches here.
Yeah,
the crossover. Because
right, so I'll give you. You want to pick 5?
Yeah,
you want to pick 5. I'll pick 5.
This crossover has already been better than what AEW is doing with New Japan. The whole Forbidden Doors show they're going to do.
Go ahead and start it off. Start us off.
Not taking shots at AEW, just the way it is. I think TNA and WWE is a much better combination than AEW and New Japan. I would love to see AJ over in TNA for one more run. Or maybe if it's just, for a month or two, just to finish it off. That's where he started, I think AJ did his best work in WWE, but I think he deserves to go back to where he started for his final.
There was AJ Styles, and then there was the phenomenal
AJ
Styles.
We're heading back towards that phenomenal era. We're heading back in that direction with AJ. I think after like 2020, it was kind of like, with him, But before that, AJ was like one of the best wrestlers in the company. I'd love to see AJ back in TNA though. Maybe go after Moose.
AJ Styles versus Moose for the world title, right? So here's my first.
At Slammiversary, probably, right?
Yeah. Nick Nemeth.
Dolph Ziggler, for those who aren't picking up on who that is.
Cody Rhodes.
Problem is, I don't know if I would want that.
Okay, so you know what? I think TNA ex WWE, besides AJ Styles, should not touch the main roster, actually.
I mean, unless
keep it in NXT, because you ready? I got a good one for you here.
Unless it makes sense, then keep him away from the main
roster. You ready?
What do you got?
Javon Evans.
Ooh.
Goes to TNA.
Hey, good for him.
Who's the X Division champion?
Uno momento, por favor.
Or you know how they do that X Division match, whatever it is?
Oh, the one where you have to climb up the pillars and the X is there? Oh, yes.
The rope. Have Javon... Dude, tell me I'm not. Have Javon Evans be up there and just do his finisher off of it?
Jesus Christ. The current champion... Oh, my God. Really? The current TNA X Division champion is Mustafa Ali.
Javon Evans versus Mustafa Ali. Take my money.
Take my money. They cooked. Javon Evans goes to TNA, shows up at all against all odds, and takes on Mustafa Ali for the X Division title. Yeah, I don't know if they already have a match announced for the X Division title, but if they don't, that's what you do. Javon Evans is nuts. Mustafa Ali is nuts. They'll go nuts together.
Well, we're almost approaching an hour here, so that's enough on the TNA WWE side. Let's get into our final segment.
What if we just beat Shane? Anyway.
Let's get into our final segment here on the Swiss Sports Show presented by Kim's Cool Creations. Again, those who don't know, that's my mom's cricket company. I don't have the work with me right now. It's in my other room. I'm not getting up because I'm lazy right now. Yeah. Here's our next segment, Sam.
Ooh.
What direction is the bloodline going in? Because without Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman basically this past Friday night on SmackDown let out a public cry for help. Roman's coming back at SummerSlam. It's confirmed.
Pretty much. It's locked in.
Or he's booked for the SmackDown before, right?
Let me see if he's advertised.
So imagine Roman's Solo's in the ring, right? Paul Heyman comes out.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden you hear Roman go, Solo!
And Solo's like,
and
what?
Then all of a sudden, I can't play the music because we'll be copyrighted. But exactly, right? And then that leads to many people having questions about, okay, so if you bring Roman back, obviously Jimmy's going to be back with him. But it's still 3-on-2. Roman goes to Raw, bitches out Adam Pearce like he's always done as the tribal chief. Okay? Am I right or wrong? He's always bitched out.
Nick Aldis doesn't put up with Roman's shit. Adam Pearce, for some reason, just gives in. Hi, Dragon Lee. Adam Pearce, for some reason, just doesn't take... No, that's Dragon Lee, not Ilya. Ilya Dragunov. I see what you did there. Nick Aldis doesn't put up with Roman's shit. Adam Pearce does put up with Roman's shit, and he just takes it. Remember in the early stages of Roman's character?
Roman just speared Adam Pearce.
He was supposed to fight Adam Pearce at the Royal Rumble for no reason, and then they switched it to Kevin Owens. And then Adam Pearce was like, I respect you. Don't worry. Don't hurt me. Like, Adam Pearce was a former NWA world champion. Don't make him look like an idiot. But they did it. It's funny every time. So maybe Roman goes over there, one last final bitch out with Adam Pearce.
And gets Jay back to SmackDown.
Jay from Raw to SmackDown to help him out. Jay, Roman, and Jimmy against Solo, Tama, and Tonga.
Right. And the other thing, too, is, Sam, and we've known this for a couple months now, pretty much since,
about Mania season, right?
About Mania season. Jacob Fatu is signed with the WWE.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with him. What side is he going to be? Is he going to be on?
Because, and that's what I wanted to get into. That was the main point of this segment is if you put Jacob with Solo, I think he outshines Solo.
I completely agree. If you put him with Roman, he won't outshine Roman, which is not a bad thing. He'll still look presented as a badass.
And then you have Zilla go with Solo.
Well, didn't we talk about possibility of having The Rock come back and help out here?
Well, yeah, and I think that's going to be the SummerSlam match at next year's SummerSlam.
Rock and Roman? Or
Rock and Cody.
Well, didn't we talk about Rock joining Solo's bloodline and going against Roman? Didn't we talk about that yesterday?
We talked about it, but here's the thing. I re-edited my thing, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's what he said yesterday.
Zilla gets there because it looks like Solo's direction is kind of going in like an Umaga direction with the bloodline.
Okay.
Brutality because remember when Umaga first arrived in WWE, just destroyed everybody, and you thought that was going to be the guy. Like, holy shit, this guy's going to beat Cena.
Mm-hmm. He almost did,
right? And then you have everything going on. You have Jay, Jacob, Jimmy,
and Roman.
Zilla, Tama, Tonga, Tama
Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Solo.
and Solo.
It's 4-on-4. That's 4.
Then you get to War Games, and just about as the cage is to shut, you hear, "If you smell."
Out comes the final boss.
Out comes the final boss. And no Mama Rhodes this time.
Uh-oh.
Right?
No whip him with.
And that's how we get to Roman versus Rock at Mania.
The problem is now then it would be 5-on-4. No.
Nope, because I'm going to tell you what happens.
What?
Roman's going to be the last to enter on Team Roman.
Well, no. You said so. You said it was Solo, Tama, Tonga.
No,
Loa,
I said that was the match, right?
Zilla,
But
and then the Rock.
Roman's still in his cage waiting to enter. As soon as that clock goes off, Roman's cage opens. You hear the "if you smell." Roman stands there, and then Rock just runs up from behind him, attacks him.
Interesting.
Okay, that's how you get to Rock Roman. Or what you do is you have the Rock win the Royal Rumble, okay, and just say, "I don't want nobody. I want the head of the table."
Well, that would be Then that I would
That
rather
would be useless. I agree. These are just fan theories I'm reading
the-
off of Twitter.
That would be the way to completely kill off the Royal Rumble, which is not something they should do. So
No. I was just reading that one off Twitter.
Let's
But
not. Do
I
that.
honestly
Let's-
think like
let's-
it's gonna
let's
happen
do
at
the first
Mania
one.
next year. It's gonna happen at Mania next year.
Rock and Roman next
Rock
year.
and Roman is
in
gonna
Vegas.
happen,
Yeah.
right? But how do we get to Cody versus Rock? It's obvious they're building up for that. It's
Well, yeah.
obvious.
The Raw through WrestleMania segment where Rock's like, well, okay, well, when I come back, I'm coming back to fight you, and he'll have his own problems, and then he'll get back to Cody eventually.
Right now, here's another thing I wanna just piggyback off of, and obviously this is gonna be a while. This is already almost a year in advance or so. Let's say.
Uh-huh. Do we just both yawn at the same? Did I just?
yes,
I
we
think I
did.
just caused you to start yawning because I started yawning and then I looked down for like a quick second and I see you yawning. Both of us just started yawning at the same time. What the hell? Except
Right,
Butter-
but here's the thing. I think Triple H needs to pull the trigger on Jacob.
Yeah, rather quickly.
Because you know what you do? Jacob comes out, and Jacob just goes, "I ain't alone, Oos." And then you just hear, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Out comes Jimmy. Okay.
Out comes Jimmy and Jacob. They fight with Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
Tama and Tonga. Okay.
Tama and Tonga, right? And this is like 2-3 nights, the night before SummerSlam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that happens, scratch what I said about Roman is going solo earlier. All of a sudden, as everybody's fighting solos in the ring, he don't know what to do. All of a sudden,
And then you just create complete chaos.
You create complete chaos and build that story.
The problem is, it's the night before a show. What the hell are we doing promoting this storyline the night before SummerSlam?
Or have it be the SmackDown after SummerSlam.
That works better for me because at least it would make sense.
Because I also think Brock might come back at SummerSlam. Or maybe Roman comes out at SummerSlam. Because I don't think Roman gets a rematch against Cody.
I mean, maybe. But
Because
then it would kind of make Roman look stupid for losing to Cody twice, right?
Exactly.
It should. If Cody was going to win, should have been a one and done. Cody wins, and then they don't talk about that again, kind of a thing. It's kind of like that was it, and that's
Because
the end of it.
Solo saying that he has orders from the tribal chief and everything like that. That's a load of shit.
That's a lot of crap. Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting for when Roman comes back. I can't wait for him to come back because I miss him. I'm going to say that. I know we had our nitpicks and everything towards the second half of his title run after Mania 39 where he wasn't showing up all the time and everything.
Mm.
But god damn it, the guy made professional wrestling lovable again.
You made it really cool.
You know, so I'm going to say that. I cannot wait for this bloodline. This isn't going to be a bloodline civil war. This is going to be a bloodline world war.
Yeah, it's exactly what they're going to build it up as. If they do it, If they do it right, they'll make it. It's gonna be an absolute bloodbath. It's gonna be a war.
It's going to be a chef's kiss, too.
And then after that, done. No more bloodline. Everybody kind of.
This ends once Roman beats Rock.
Mhm.
Rock officially retires. Roman then retires as well.
And then it's done.
And then it's done.
You don't talk.
Rock retires Roman. Roman retires Rock.
Yeah. So okay. So Cody. Yes. So
So
Rock,
what you do at Mania? What you do at Mania next year, right?
they both
Head of the
retire?
table. No, head of the table versus career match. If Roman beats Rock, Roman ends Rock's career.
Okay.
If Rock beats Roman, Rock is the head of the table. Rock is the tribal chief.
Obviously, that won't happen.
Exactly, which
It would
is
make
why
the
I think
entire
Roman's
decade
going to win and
have
end
points.
Rock's career. Because
Okay.
Rock has no more left after this.
Yeah, but the problem is, you still said you wanted Rock and Cody eventually. So how will we get there? Does that even happen?
I don't think it's going to happen anymore.
Is Cody still going to be champion by SummerSlam next year? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. And that's not a bad thing.
No, I think Cody loses it to Randy at SummerSlam.
No.
No, not at SummerSlam, at Mania. I think there's going to be a 2-match feud. Because Randy, when he Randy's going to get this is going to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Though,
Here's what you could do. If you don't want to pull the heel turn yet, have it be a friendly exhibition match. Cody beats Randy. They go to shake hands. Oh, no shaking hands. RKO. Boom. I'll see you at Mania. Or have Randy tie Austin's record.
but that's the problem is that's 8 months in the making. That's almost too long. We thought Roman and Cody's feud was too long. That was really long. If you have a friendly exhibition match at SummerSlam with nothing on the line besides the championship, and then at the end have Randy turn on Cody, okay, that's great. What do you do for the next 7 months? What do you do then? That's
Give
the
Randy
problem.
time off.
But then he comes back and then inserts himself right back in. Oh yeah, remember when I RKO'd you at SummerSlam? Like, it doesn't make sense. You have to make it make sense. If they're gonna do Cody and Randy, they have to do it now, and they can't do it again after the fact.
So then who does Cody face at Mania next year?
Gunther?
I don't think so. I think Gunther's going to be world champion going into Mania.
Okay, then Braun Breaker? Braun Strowman? Ilya Dragunov?
Dare I say it?
Finn Balor?
Give this man another world title shot. Bobby Lashley.
Well, they have never really crossed paths. Bobby would have to be the heel here.
Wait.
This is a good
Maybe
question.
LA Knight?
No.
Maybe
want
Carmelo Hayes?
Maybe. I want to see LA Knight hold that U.S. title for a long time. And I want him to walk into Mania as champ.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's where he drops it. I don't know. But I want him to have like a decent 6 or 7, 8 month title reign. That's what I want for LA Knight.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up here. From Sam Smith and Tyler Sumner, this has been the 3 Count Podcast presented by the Swiss Sports Show on StreamYard. Thank you all for tuning in.
See y'all next time.